So this path, this way of life, Norse paganism, well, it saved my life. I was lost. I was drowning in my addiction after my accident. It left me broken, physically, emotionally, worst of all, spiritually. But I was a man separated from his children, spiraling deeper into the cycle of chasing the next high just to escape the pain. And we're talking hardcore fucking drugs here, bro. So, anyways, like, I prayed to Jesus Christ, literally on my knees. Tears streaming down my fucking face, begging for help. Nothing came, nothing changed. So one day, deep inside, I heard a voice. That shit rocked me to my core. Basically, it slapped the shit out of me and told me to get up and help my fucking self. Told me to stop pleading for a way out and for me to fucking make one. That voice, I truly believe it was the voice of the All-Father Odin. And ever since that moment, I've had experience that have only strengthened my belief in the one-eyed powerhouse of wisdom and warfare. One of my favorite quotes is credited to General Hannibal. And I'm gonna fuck this up because I'm no Latin scholar, but aut invium vium aut facium. I will find a way, or I will make one. And that son of a bitch was talking about bringing elephants across the Alps. Anyways, that moment when I felt those words, when I heard, get up, that's when I knew I had to follow this path. I had to walk this way. I had to crawl if it was fucking necessary. And I had to embrace the lessons of the old gods. I was once told by a heathen that knew a lot more than I did. But we read the stories of the old gods and look at their mistakes so we don't have to make those same mistakes. So here I am doing what I do now because this path gave me purpose. It gave me a way back. And eventually, hopefully, I'll get back with my kids. But it gave me the strength to be the man I am today. Because this is how I fucking heathen. Alright, let me step back for a second and explain what I mean when I talk about this path and how I live it. So in the Norse tradition, there's a belief in 4 parts of the soul, which aren't just about your mind or your body or the Abrahamic vision of the soul. They go much deeper. So you have the Hamir, your physical form, your body, the vehicle you move through this world in. You got the Huga, that is your mind, your thoughts, and your willpower. Huga means thought. Sound familiar? One of Odin's ravens, Hugin? Then you have the Haminga. It's your luck, your fortune. It's tied to the deeds you've done and the legacy that you're building. We have the Fylga.
Now, in modern Icelandic, the word Fylga means follow.
But it also means placenta. And this is your spiritual connection to the gods. It's a guide. Folk tale in Iceland and in Norway, from what I've heard, just a filthy American, is that the first animal to eat the afterbirth was believed to be your spirit animal. So one of the things that I've been taught is when you get that message, that download, look around. You might see an animal, and you might start to realize which animal is your Fylga. Now, the Fylga is always a feminine spirit. And I'll get into that in a later episode. I'm going to do one that's the 4 parts of the soul. But together, these 4 parts, they shape who you are and how you walk your path. So now, this is a personal thing in my own practice. And this is what I call the 5 Vardam. Now, a Vardam, it's a sacred marker. Historically, it could be a pile of rocks left on a trail as a guide or tribute to the gods for safe passage. It's something that shows you where you've been and points you in the direction you need to go. For How to Heathen, for my brand, for myself, my own personal practice, I've come up with 5 Vardam. And these are the 5 cornerstones of my way of walking this path. So, of course, we have the Hamir. And that is strengthening your body through fitness, health, discipline. Because without a strong body, or without trying to improve your body, you're never going to improve your life or improve yourself as a heathen. Second, we have the Huga, expanding your mind through knowledge, education, reading, watching these videos, watching other creators' videos, but staying sharp and grounded in your wisdom. The difference between knowledge and wisdom is knowledge is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom's not putting that motherfucker in a fruit salad. So then there's your Huminga. The closest thing we could say, I could compare this to is karma. So there's just generational luck, fortune. And it's by building your deeds and reputation. You know, the things you do, think of it like a system of debits and credits. You do something good, you get a check in the debit column for your Huminga, and it comes from your parents. So you could have been born with a negative Huminga. Next is the Figa. So this is what I do to deepen my spiritual connections with the divine, whether it be the land spirits, the ancestors, the gods, because this path is nothing without honor and devotion, and you're not going to improve your spiritual connection without practicing it. And then the fifth vault is hospitality, and it's helping others with kindness, generosity, or just showing up when you need it. Because at the end of the day, we're all in this realm together. And these bodies to me aren't just ideals. They are the guides, the checkpoints for my journey. They are my metaphorical markers on the path. And I know if I stay inside of these 5 bodies and I try to improve them and make these zones, these bodies more prominent and dominant, I walk my path even brighter. So when I say this is how I fucking heathen, I mean, I use these 5 landmarks to guide every decision I make and every step that I take on this path. Now let's get back into the point of the video. Alright, so let's get right into it. I came up with a brand new concept, and it's called Wisdom Wednesdays. It's a new weekly series here on the channel. It's all about digging deep into the sagas that we talk about on Saga Sundays. Yes, I know I'm releasing this video on a Sunday, but if you've been watching my channel, you see that I do very intricate, edited tellings of the stories. You're probably thinking, another weekly series, Savage? How the fuck are you going to manage that? Well, here's the thing. The sagas, they take me a long time to edit. We're talking 8 to 15 hours for a 10-minute video. And they take a ton of time for me to break down and make sure that I'm writing them correctly and I'm in English saying is true to the original point of the stories that are written in Old Norse poetry. So Wisdom Wednesdays will be more like this talking head videos. And I'll use these 5 bodies for the saga that I spoke on the previous Sunday, to how we can use these sagas to improve our life. Because let's be real for a second, producing those high quality saga videos, they're no fucking joke. Talking hours of research, scripting, filming, editing, you name it, it's a lot. And I do this on my own. And I've been working to figure out a way to stay true to the quality of content and get out more content without burning myself out. Because I'm still in the process of building this platform. Yes, on TikTok, I have a much larger platform. On YouTube, I'm trying to grow the channel and I'm trying to grow the community. And full disclosure, TikTok totally screwed me out of monetization. When they first monetized me, they were paying me well. I was able to do this full time. And then all of a sudden, they fucked over the payments. And they changed the money that I was getting and everything. But YouTube has a history of not doing that and taking care of their creators. So I want to build this up. Plus YouTube pays better. And it'll be able for me to fund the travel, the filming, the equipment, everything for American Heathen. And that's what this is all about. Getting out to the masses the beauty of this spirituality. So by doing Wisdom Wednesdays and doing more of a talking head video, just some simple B-roll, nothing that intricate animation, by doing that, I can get out 2 videos a week and save time because I work full time. I have a life. I am in recovery, so I need to go to meetings. I'm trying to build a relationship back with one of my children because she actually is tolerating talking to me, even though, you know, sometimes it's just a 2-word text back. But I'm working on it. And I'm not some influencer with a shiny corporate backing. And this whole thing is built from the ground up. Every subscriber, every view, every piece of merch that anybody buys, it helps me keep the lights on the channel, and it helps me make more content. I make this off my phone. I do all my editing off my phone. Would be nice if I made a few bucks to buy an actual nice camera and a computer that's capable of doing some even better editing and intricate. But the quality of information that I want to get out, I want it to be accurate, and I want it to help others. I want the channel that I felt I needed when I first started my path. And I also want this channel to not just be a place for videos. I want it to be a place of community. I have some really awesome audience members that comment on every video, and I'm so thankful and grateful for that. But thank you, everybody that comments. And to be fully transparent, I'm using the momentum from this series, from my book sales. I want to build something even bigger. I want to build a heathen lifestyle brand. I had a series of beard oils out. They did very well, but I had some issues. I wasn't able to keep funding them. I wasn't very good at distribution. But I've got some food spice blends. I want to do some cooking on this channel. And I want to make it a community. I want to make it a place where somebody who's new can come in, and I want it to be a place where somebody who's new to the path or even seasoned can come in and get some tips and some pointers how to improve their path. And trust me, I'm not cutting corners. You know, I won't use drop shipping companies. I don't want to use t-shirt drop shipping or anything like that. I want things to be quality. And I want to work with heathen merchants so that, rising tides float all boats. All right, so now let's talk about the purposes of the series. Why am I doing it? Simply put, the sagas are packed with wisdom. But they're not always the easiest to relate to in today's world. That's where Wisdom Wednesdays comes in. I'm going to take these ancient stories and I'm going to break them down so we can see together how to apply these to our lives today. No need for a history lesson or deep dive into Viking warfare. Unless that's your thing, then leave a comment. Nah, I'm kidding. I actually do enjoy doing Viking history, but I'm going to leave those more for the shorts than I am for my long forms. But we're talking real life lessons, personal growth, leadership, how to handle setbacks, and of course, how to keep your integrity intact when everything around you seems to be going to shit. Because this isn't just about reading a story and nodding along. It's about how can we take the lessons from the gods, the heroes, and even, the villains of the sagas and apply them to our modern lives. Whether it's learning to be a better leader, understanding sacrifices, or finding strength in adversity, the sagas are loaded with answers. And Wisdom Wednesdays will give us that deeper understanding so that, we can live with intention and maybe, just maybe, become a bit more like the heroes we look up to. And let's fucking face it, we could all use a little more hero in our lives. And here's the thing I want you to know about me. I need a coffee. I'm not here to just throw out some half-baked content and chase after clicks. I'm in this because I fucking believe in it. I believe in heathenry and the gods, in the power of these stories, and in the value they offer us in today's world. I've watched a lot of creators in the Norse pagan space. And while some are doing good work, there's others who, let's just say they're throwing out buzzwords to get views and sell products. You know the ones I'm talking about. They use phrases like, this path is all about doing your own research. But they don't tell you where to get the research because they don't actually know. They watch a few videos and think that they can do what I do. But they never actually point to those sources. They hide behind words like limited sources. Or this is just my personal opinion while they're totally making shit up. And sometimes it's just a way to cover their asses. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. It's the truth. Sorry. And I don't like to shit on other people ever. But that's not my style. I'm here to give you what I believe is the truth, backed by facts. And I triple check everything I say. Also, just so everybody knows, I want to get this out of the way. I think I've done it in other videos. I'm an inclusive heathen. I will defend everyone's right to walk this path, no matter your race, creed, sexual orientation, gender identity, or anything else. Voltaire once said, I may not agree with what you have to say, but I'll fucking defend your right to say it. I don't think Voltaire said the fuck, but I'm from the Bronx. But I'm not about excluding people with spirituality or playing politics with the gods. If you want to honor gods, you have the right to do that, period, point blank, always. You want to plant rainbow flags on the Rainbow Bridge? Fucking have at it. I will defend your right for that. That's my commitment to this community, and I will hold that commitment with every breath that I take. And it's why I can't stand when people use heathenry as an excuse to push hate or division. So when you watch my content, you know you're getting the real deal. No gimmicks, no hidden agendas, just true education. And that's what Wisdom Wednesday is all about. And by the way, I want to thank you for watching and supporting the channel. And also, while we're talking about supporting the channel, always remember, in the first link in every description of all my videos, the Modern Havamal will be there. Every dime that is made from that will go towards funding the documentary American Heathens. So let's try to see this community grow and help make American Heathen a reality. And there are plenty of ways to pitch in without buying the Modern Havamal. You could like the video, make sure you drop a comment, and hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications to stay up to date with every new piece of content that I drop. Share these videos with your friends. Post one of them on the Facebook wall, and let people know who might be curious about this path. And if you like to dive deeper into the stories of the poetic Edda, you can start by watching this epic tale of one of his most captivating poems, the Havamal, right here. But remember, every view, every share, and every interaction helps, bringing this dream of a full-length documentary showcasing modern American heathenry closer to life. Thank you, and until next time, stay fucking savage.